What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear. And today we have an Amazon package unboxing right here. They send these knives in a huge sort of envelope, but the contents are right there. So that's why it's taking up the whole screen. Now, I do believe this one's coming from a company that reached out to me via email. I'll put my email right here on the screen in case you want to reach out to me about sending a knife into the channel for me to check out and make content around. This company reached out to me and said, hey, want to send you this knife. It is on Amazon. Check it out, and of course share some feedback. And that's exactly what I do in this channel. In case you're new, if you're already subscribed, you know kind of how it goes. If you're brand new, welcome to the channel. We check out knife and EDC gear content all the time, so consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video will be greatly appreciated. But that being said, doing the honors today, we have the fresh out of the box Vosteed Mini Corgi, or Corgi Pup. That's exactly the name, Corgi Pup. Just unboxed this one from Vosteed. They send it into the channel for me to check it out and carry it, and of course share the feedback with you guys as far as the knife goes, everything to do with it, share my experience. And so I did an unboxing already on this one, and I'm currently carrying it, of course, for the review. So this knife will be linked in the description, and any other knife that you see in this video will be linked in the description as well. If you're considering buying any knives and you use those affiliate links, it does help out the channel at absolutely no extra cost to you, but again, that's entirely up to you. That being said, let's go ahead and make an incision up here somewhere, shall we? And let's get the knife out. And is that all the contents? There we go. We have a little bit of details on the knife, and that's that. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get some details here. Thank you for taking the time to review. Miguel, enjoy. February 14th, Founding Forger is the brand. We got all kinds of fussies in the table here, which are driving me insane. Founding Forger's 3.5 inch or 3.75 inch D2 pocket knife, large EDC knife with case. EDC knives for men, folding pocket knife, hunting pocket. That is the full name on Amazon. All right, that being said, let's check out the box, and here it is. Built for the brave. All right, we got an eagle going on here, right? Pretty patriotic, although I believe these are made overseas in China, but it's nice and sealed, as you can see, and it says new founding faux, I'm sure, forgers folding knife. Let's get into this thing, shall we? So again, back to the Corgi Pup. We're gonna make some cuts here and there, and maybe here as well. Boom. Let's check that out. And we have magnets going on here. Okay, got some magnets going on in the case. How about that? And if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's take a look. First things first, we have a lifetime warranty. Thank you for your purchase. We're here to help with anything you may need. Scan the code and contact our customer service. All right, your Founding Forger's knife is covered by our lifetime warranty against defects in materials and workmanship. For more information and anything regarding your Founding Forger's knife, please contact the QR code right here. You guys can scan it as well. There's all their social media for you guys to check out also, and some more instructions in the back. If you guys want to read through those, you can pause the video. And here is the knife. All right, let's get a closer look on this one. Let me go ahead and get it out. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this one has a pretty good price to it. It is D2 steel, and we do have G10 going on. It is green G10. It's a pretty grippy G10. It is a exposed liner sandwich construction with two standoffs right here towards the back. Maybe let me give you a different angle so you can see it right there. And we have a pocket carry clip, not the deepest carry, but it is reversible to the other side. Tip up carry only. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get this guy open. Flipper deployment seems to be the only deployment option on this one. Bam, check that out. Okay, well, it fires pretty good, I'll tell you that. Got a good mean attitude to it. It is on ball bearings. It drops shot pretty good. Obviously it has to break in. Check out the alignment out of the box right there. Looks pretty good. And yeah, I got a decent detent right there. Can I fail it? I don't know, I'm trying. Nope. It is still deploying, so that is good. So let's go to the blade here. We have a D2 steel blade. I can see the oil right here spilling over a bit. Let me wipe that. So you know this thing comes nice and lubricated from the factory. D2 steel going on, drop point blade. is what we have going on here. And then we have the eagle, right? Sort of the eagle going on logo on the other side. That is it for billboarding. I feel like, you know, if you put D2 on the steel, that should be enough. People who know what D2 is don't necessarily need to know that it's also a steel. You know, that's just a little bit of feedback there. You know, you're trying to keep the billboarding as minimal as possible, and they're doing a pretty good job here. The only other billboarding is the Funding Forgers logo in the pocket clip, which I'm glad they didn't put that in the blade. I'll maybe make the D2 a little bit smaller and then, you know, delete the steel, because everybody knows D2 is a steel. All right, but you got the eagle going on there. Maybe make that a little bit smaller if anything. You could also put it in the pivot as well. But, you know, these are just very minimal things, you know, nothing that would affect the functionality of the knife. It's just aesthetics department, if you will. So we still have a little bit of bleed of lubricant oil coming through, right? I'm sure that's going to be it for the first day or two until, you know, you use it for quite a bit, because it is a brand new knife. We just took it out of the box, right? So flipper deployment and flipper deployment only. Oh, check that out. If I push my thumb against the eagle right there, I can also deploy it. How about that? So it's not necessarily a deployment option, but you could make it work as long as you don't have slippery fingers, right? With just the grip I get on my thumb alone, I can deploy it that way. Reverse flick, yeah, that's not happening, right? There's no thumb studs on this one. I feel like you could buy an aftermarket thumb stud kit and just attach it here if you wanted to. It's like $8 to $10. I'll put a link for that in the description also. And yeah, you can make it a thumb stud if you wanted to. And, you know, perhaps for feedback for the company, you could put thumb studs on here if you wanted to. It doesn't seem like it would be very, very hard to do. It sounds to me like you have, you know, just like on the Wrap Model 1 here, enough room, right? You even have the cutout sort of curvature that would be necessary for the thumb stud, and just placing a thumb stud on both sides, boom. That's two more additional deployment options that people will really enjoy. Tell you what, folks like myself and others, many channels that I check out on a daily basis, you know, everybody likes a good EDC knife that has multiple deployment options, and that's one way to do it, right? Get some thumb studs there going on both sides. Seems pretty simple to do. You already have the room, right? Because the blade sticks out a significant amount from the handle, so might as well put some thumb studs there for reverse flick and thumb deployment on top of the flipper you have going on here. That's good. And ergonomically speaking, right, let's get to ergonomics. So the flipper top works as your finger guard, and any other grip will be sort of unnatural, like you wouldn't want a forward choke like this. That's a little dangerous. So your hammer grip here, your standard grip, will be pretty much it for the most part. All right, and I have medium hands, not the biggest of hands, not the smallest of hands, and I can make it work right here. The jimping on the blade certainly works and helps quite a bit, so check that out. And the pocket clip is actually done in a way where it's actually pretty comfortable in the hand, right? It's not the most deep carry. They could make a deep carry if they instead sort of made a curve back here or something and then had it go straight. So maybe that's something to look into as well, making a deep carry pocket clip later on. But it's pretty straight and then drops a bit and a small raise. So I feel it on my hand, maybe like a 8.5 or 9 out of 10, which is not bad at all. Not bad at all. And it is reversible, so lefties out there can rejoice. I like the fact that you have a little bit of milling going on the G10. You got this section right here. By the way, you have contouring going on all around, which is nice, right? And then this mill section right here, which is good. And the lines going on right there. It sort of gives it personality, but also gives it a little bit of grip, right? So I'm running my fingers here, squeezing really hard. Feel like that those additional lines sort of work as some sort of jimping on the handle itself. So you're pretty locked in, which is good. Towards the back of the handle, you do have a little bit of a peak, but it's not really a peak kind of like what you have on the Demko AD 20.5. So nothing as pronounced as that, you know, similar to kind of how the Spyderco Para 3 sort of tapers off, right? So that's pretty good. If you have larger hands, you should be okay with this one. And so yeah, let's get some size comparisons on it. By the way, get access to the liner lock right there, right? It is jimped and you can access it to push it out of the way, and it definitely grips your thumb pretty good. And then pretty drop shot action too, right? Check that out. good action. Love the action. And the only thing would be those, you know, thumb studs. If it had thumb studs, boom, that would be a bonus right there. Doesn't seem like a very expensive thing to add. So that will be my feedback. Again, going through my first impressions, right, if anything. So here is my PM2, right? Very comparable overall size to the PM2. Check that out. And by that definition, it is certainly a large knife, right? So yeah, definitely compares the best to the PM2, bigger than the Para 3. Here's the Demko AD 20.5 and their smaller brother, the Shark Cub. So those are obviously going to be, you know, medium size, smaller size, and large size. Rat Model 1, which for the longest time has been one of the longest knives in the channel. Actually, pretty comparable to the Rat 1. You guys be the judge right there. Maybe the Rat 1 being a hair bigger, and obviously it's bigger than the Rat Model 2. And last but not least, other great budget offerings here are the CJRB Pyrite, the Vosteed Raccoon. Both are medium to large knives. But the Founding Forgers, what was the name on this one? There was was there an actual model name? I think Founding Forgers is the brand, but I'm not sure if there's a specific model for this one. But yeah, we'll just refer to it as the Founding Forgers knife. Is definitely a little bit larger than those two. So D2 steel is not corrosion resistant per se, but when it is coated, like this black coat right here, it should perform really well and resist corrosion pretty well. So let's do a scientific paper cutting test on this one, shall we? I am cutting swirls so small that they are falling off of the paper completely. So yeah, sharpness out of the box on this one is good. That's one thing about D2. It can take a pretty good edge, not very difficult to sharpen. And again, on the corrosion resistant department, the fact that it is coated already gives it enough corrosion resistance right there. So definitely a slicer. Right, it is brand new out of the box. That tip is also very pokey as well. Right, definitely do some thrusting action if needed. All right, which is good. So we know it can do paper. What about some everyday cardboard? I have a little bit of diaper box cardboard here, single wall. Remember when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular, but rather at an angle like this. And it's gonna look something like this. Here we go. Wow. Yeah, I don't even know the camera does it justice, but it's cutting really, really well. Just as you would expect. Coming very good, very sharp out of the box. Absolutely no doubt about that. And you guys rate it in the comments. Let me know, right? How sharp is the knife out of the box? That is a factory edge right there. And yeah, once you actually get some cuts done, you can see some streaks going on the black coat, right? It's interesting. Be interesting to see how that ages over time, but you know, so far so good. It definitely adds some personality for the crowd out there that says, I really use my knives, bro. Like, check out my knife, bro. I use my knife, bro. Bro, check it out, bro. I use my knives, bro. Right there. That's for them people right there. There you go. Just wanted to show you that. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the Founding Forgers knife here. Again, I'm reading to see if it has a specific model. I don't think it does. D2 pocket knife, large EDC. So another thing to consider too, Founding Forgers as a company, putting or assigning your knives specific model names. That is key. Every single successful company out there has assigned a very unique model name to their knives, which are going to stick with people, that are actually going to catch on popularity. And so if this one doesn't already have a model name, you know, thinking of specific model names to go along with obviously your brand are going to be something very special, important, crucial to consider, of course. But yeah, great action on this one. Again, from China, from overseas, right? Their D2 G10 combination is pretty common on the budget category. This one comes in at a pretty good price. I believe it's somewhere between $30 to $40 or so. Again, large knife, milled G10 going on, reversible pocket clip, D2 coated blade, right? And again, consider adding those thumb studs for additional deployment options. But other than that, making some good first impressions. You guys know how it goes by now. This is just an unboxing video with first impressions, first reactions out of the box. Obviously, I'm going to carry this knife over the next week or two, try to gather as much feedback as I possibly can, and then obviously share those feedbacks, findings, and whatnot with you guys during a comprehensive review video. But check it out. It will be linked down below, as well as any other knife that you saw in this video. Totally worth taking a look at for sure, especially if you're on a budget. If you're starting your EDC journey, right, these are the type of knives you can check out and kind of consider, and then start sort of getting a feel for, you know, what knives are good for you, what sort of knives you like, and you can, you know, experience a plethora of knives without really breaking the bank. This one being one of them. Of course, again, check it out. It will be linked in the description and the pinned comment. So if you want to check out the knife, if you do end up purchasing a knife through those links, of course, it does help out the channel at absolutely no extra cost to you, and you're under no obligation, of course, but it will be truly appreciated. If you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, this will be a great time to subscribe. That way you won't be missing out on the review video for this knife when it drops. Also, smash that like button if you haven't. It really helps out this video with the YouTube algorithm, reach a larger audience. And if you want to support the channel a step further, there's a link down below for Patreon, or you can simply support the channel right here on YouTube by becoming a channel member. You'll get access to exclusive perks. That being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it to the very end right here, you are the real MVP. Really appreciate you hanging out with me throughout the duration of the video. Really appreciate everyone's love and support. Really means a ton to me. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.